You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome to another brand new edition of Turkish Football News and Podcasts in 15 minutes. Jam-packed program. As I told you in my last podcast, there will be a non-stop football in Turkey, in Turkish Super Lig. And indeed, that's what happened. That's what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks until the national team break. In the week 5, there were 10 matches and 32 goals scored. The most probably goals scored in league weekend it was for a long time. On Friday, there was 2 matches, and in those 2 matches, there were 10 goals scored. Now, as I mentioned to you in my last podcast, I said because of the non-stop football in Turkey, in the Turkish Super Lig, I told you guys that it would be a lot of surprising scores. Because, let's face it, between the European competitions and playing every 3 days Turkish Super Lig matches next month or so, it's going to be tough for the teams, I said, which indeed this is what happened. Galatasaray lost, Fenerbahçe lost, and the only top 2 teams, Beşiktaş and Trabzonspor, won. Now, Beşiktaş had a good comeback. Actually, there was few comebacks. It was very good this weekend. Before I run down the scores, the results of week 5, I'm going to tell you, it was a comeback weekend, I should call this, because on Friday in Izmir Derby, Altay was down against Göztepe, and they came back to beat Göztepe 2-1. That was the first comeback. Another comeback on Friday. Yeni Malatyaspor was up, and in the second half, after Yeni Malatya went down with the one man, and on the pitch there were only 10 players for Yeni Malatyaspor, and Fatih Karagümrük came to beat Yeni Malatyaspor in Malatya 4-3. So that was the first comeback of the day on Friday. On Saturday, there were 4 matches, and Kasımpaşa at home lost to Trabzonspor 1-0. Sivas, and at home again, they had a draw this weekend. They hosted Gaziantep. They draw with Gaziantep 1-1. Adana Demirspor, Mario Balotelli scored his first goal in the Turkish Super Lig on a penalty kick shot. And Adana Demirspor earned their first win and first points in the Turkish Super Lig after week 5. They beat Rizespor 3-1. In Antalya, what a comeback. This was the best comeback, I would say, in a long time. Sergen Yalçın made a huge mistake. He thought that it would be good for his team to rotate some of the players. Did not work out. Was a lot of mistakes in the first half. But Sergen Yalçın saw his mistakes in the second half, and he was a little bit of lucky too. And then they came to beat Antalyaspor in Antalya 3-2. It was awesome. It was good, but I think Sergen Yalçın was a little bit of lucky because Batshuayi saved Beşiktaş. Yes, Beşiktaş, with the winning this match, they're still on top of the Turkish Super Lig. On Sunday, this is where a lot of the surprise happened in the league, in the week 5. Giresunspor at home tied with Konyaspor 0-0, and they earned their 1 point after week 5. They have a point so far, but Giresun still doesn't look good in the league. And another surprise that I talked about, Galatasaray at home lost to Alanyaspor 1-0. Rotation didn't work for Fatih Terim because between the European competitions And then very heavy schedule in the Turkish Super Lig. Fatih Terim's 11 against Alanyaspor did not perform well. And at home, Galatasaray lost to Alanyaspor. 1-0. Another disaster for surprise score. Fenerbahçe, after coming back from Germany, short time, no time to preparation for Başakşehir. They lost to Başakşehir 2-0. Başakşehir, one-time defending champions of Turkish Super Lig. They earned their first win and first points after week 5. And one other thing about these two matches, Galatasaray against Alanya and Başakşehir against Fenerbahçe, the two former coaches went against their former teams and they won. As you know, Alanyaspor is coached by Bülent Korkmaz, used to coach Galatasaray, and he played for Galatasaray. He beat Fatih Terim 1-0. Also, Başakşehir is coached by Aykut Kocaman, the former Fenerbahçe player and Fenerbahçe coach. Beat Fenerbahçe, his own former team, 2-0. That was something to see. That was probably biggest surprises of the weekend, week 5. Now, Hatayspor at home came back and beat Kayserispor 2-1. And Hikmet Karaman's Kayserispor made some huge mistakes. They should have tied this match at least, but they lost. Better side was Hatayspor. They lost to Hatayspor 2-1, Kayserispor. Now, as I told you, 32 goals in 10 matches. Very good score as far as the seeing a lot of scores. Now, the week 5 ended, and then after week 5 ended, we see Beşiktaş on top with 13 points. And also Trabzonspor is in second place with same points, 13 points. Third place team's Konyaspor with 11 points. Fourth place team is, fourth place team is Hatayspor with 10 points. Fifth place team is Fatih Karagümrük is in fifth place with 10 points. And also sixth place team Fenerbahçe is with 10 points. Galatasaray is in the ninth place with 8 points. The bottom of the barrel, ladies and gentlemen. Rizespor is in the bottom of the league with 1 point. And 19th place, Giresunspor is in with 1 point. And 18th place, Başakşehir is in with 3 points. And 17th place, Sivasspor is with 3 points. These were the matches, and this is what happened this past weekend. And the week 6 starts on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Week 6 coming up. It will start on week Tuesday, and it will end on Thursday. And then week 7 will start back on Friday. Back-to-back matches in the Turkish Super Lig, non-stop. A lot of coaches complain about this, but they have no reason to complain after the matches they played in the week 5. I told you guys this before the week 5 matches. Why, they couldn't see this before the week 5? And I see Fatih Terim, Sergen Yalçın, Fenerbahçe coach, all the coaches are complaining about the non-stop football. Didn't you see this before the week 5? Come on. You have to make your schedule. You cannot rotate. Look at Dortmund. Dortmund, after winning against Beşiktaş in the European Champions League match, they did not rotate their team in the league match. They won, and in the league match in the Germany, they won with the same players. So sometimes the rotation of your first 11, starting 11, doesn't do any good. So this is just information for the coaches next time they do this, because the rotation, you might rotate 1 or 2 players, but you cannot rotate the whole midfield or offense. Now, let's get back to the week 6. Week 6 will start, as I told you, on Tuesday. There are 4 matches on Tuesday. Rizespor will be at home against Altay. Fatih Karagümrük will host Antalyaspor. And Yeni Malatyaspor will be at home against Sivas. And Beşiktaş will be at home against Mario Balotelli's Adana Demirspor. This should be a very interesting match. We'll see what happens in this match. So, and Wednesday, we have 3 matches. Gaziantep will host Başakşehir. And Kayserispor will be at home against Galatasaray. This is a huge game. I would say probably the best match in the week 6. Kayseri is coached by Hikmet Karaman, and Galatasaray after losing the match at home. And this should be a very interesting match to see. And Göztepe will host Hatayspor. Now, on Thursday, Konyaspor will. There are 3 matches on Thursday, and Konyaspor will be at home against Trabzonspor. As you know, Konyaspor is in 3rd place, and Trabzonspor is in 2nd place. This should be a very fun match to see. And Fenerbahçe will be at home against the Giresunspor. This should be easy match for Fenerbahçe, but you never know because it is lately. It's very surprising to see what Fenerbahçe does. They have played good in the Europa League match in Germany. They came back, and then they did not do good in the league match. And Alanyaspor will host Kasımpaşa, and then week 6 will come to end on Thursday. And then after these matches end, and then week 7 will start on Friday. We will see you before Friday matches. I will talk about what happened in the week 6. But I want to mention a couple things about Fenerbahçe coach. He has to make a decision about Mesut Özil. Mesut Özil is a world-class player. Is he going to be a starter for a whole game? Or is he going to be the guy that super sub will come save Fenerbahçe? That's what Fenerbahçe has to do about this. Mesut Özil should be playing 90 minutes so he could be performing better. If he doesn't, if you take him out before the 90 minute, or if you put him in as a super sub, he's not going to help Fenerbahçe team. Because Fenerbahçe has a good team, just like Galatasaray and Beşiktaş. They all have good players. But with this rotation between the European matches and very busy Turkish Super Lig matches, it is going to be very tough to keep competition in the Turkish Super League and Europa League. Because, let's face it, it's going to be tough for Beşiktaş too. Because Beşiktaş plays that's the only team that represents Turkey in the Champions League. Beşiktaş is on top, but don't be surprised along this rough road, Beşiktaş might lose a couple of matches because of this busy season, busy schedule in the Turkish Super League and Champions League. So let's face it, what happens. And also, on the last note, before I close this podcast, because as you know, my podcasts are only 15 minutes. I don't want to bore you. I want to give you a straight talk and give you results. That's it. The last news today, Turkish national team announced Stefan Kuntz is the latest coach for Turkish national team. He has a very, very busy schedule ahead of him. And October 8th, Turkey will be at home against Norway. Very important match. And then October 11th, they will travel to Latvia. This is the 6th coach for Turkish national team in past 10 years. So this is it for me. You've been listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. See you next time. Bye-bye.